Morning. Morning, George. How did you sleep?
George lives in Tunbridge Wells with his mum, sister Evie, Maggie, Max, and Mitzi. George was born with a condition called spinal muscular atrophy type 2, which makes his muscles weaker. It's caused by a loss of nerve cells that control muscle movement in the body. But this doesn't stop George getting the most he can out of life. He's a tireless campaigner for SMA awareness and better access to treatment.
I wanted to find out what life has been like for George growing up with a disability, and whether he feels that enough is being done to help support kids like him. So George, what are some of the everyday challenges you face?
One of the biggest challenges I face is the lack of independence. Doing my teeth, transferring, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and basic needs such as putting my shoes on as well.
One thing that has really improved George's quality of life is his new wheelchair, which helps him to get around far more easily than the one that was provided by the NHS. With this one, he can access hard-to-reach places.
I'm guessing it was pretty expensive, right?
Yes, it costed £24,000.
That is a lot of money.
We had to fundraise for this chair. It's kinda embarrassing, and also it makes me feel pretty angry. It doesn't feel normal to ask people for money because this is something a wheelchair user needs, which you would think that the government would provide.
But despite having an amazing chair, George still encounters lots of accessibility problems when he's out and about.
What are some of the issues that can come up?
Lifts and stations. Some lifts are out of order. Stores with stairs. But one of the main issues are drop curbs. This is the only way to get into town, but there's no drop car fare, so I can't even go into town.
Another issue that annoys George is a lack of accessible playgrounds where he lives.
When you see other people on these swings, as I am disabled, then I am not allowed to join in. That makes me very angry and upset. One thing that can be changed, do you see that roundabout over there? So there are roundabouts that are accessible for wheelchair users. If they could put one in, it would make me really happy. It's just simple things that can make big differences.
Yeah.
George doesn't let his disability define him, but more really needs to be done to make sure that all children can access public spaces and that there's proper funding for the right specialised equipment that people like George need.
George has now been recognised for his campaigning work at the National Diversity Awards, and he plans to continue his fight for disabled people's rights until more change comes about.